In recent days, the prices of cement and other building materials has been on the rise, making it difficult for citizens to have access to affordable housing. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, held a meeting with cement and building materials manufacturers at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. Architect Dangiwa expressed displeasure over the steady, recurring and alarming increase in the prices of cement and other building materials, and accused the manufacturers of hiding behind unstable forex to inflict hardship on Nigerians. He described the situation as unacceptable and a stumbling block to the growth of the country, saying that governments cannot accept such illicit price hikes.
Over the past couple of months, our country has witnessed a steady, recurrent, I can say unprecedented and alarming increase of prices of cement and other building materials. This situation has worsened in the past 2 weeks, with the price of cement in some parts of the country reported to be as high as over 10,000 naira. The situation has worsened from the average cost of 4,500 a month ago. This represents more than 100% increase. And it is not only on cement, we have also seen high record escalations in the price of other building materials, such as iron rods and other fittings. I recalled that late last year, one of the producers, Boa Cement, announced a commendable reduction in the price of cement from 5,500 to 3,500 per bag. I applauded the gesture in the public, one of our public outings, and several other stakeholders also did too. But today, the reality is that escalating cement prices, that of escalating cement prices. I wonder that I don't think this is acceptable. I think you have a responsibility as Nigerians to Nigerians. Apart from the corporate social responsibility which you should be seen to be doing to the Nigerian masses, you have it a duty also to ensure that also you contribute to the economic sector of the country. So because this is clearly a crisis of housing delivery and even the construction industry. For us as a Ministry of Housing, an increase in essential building material means increase in prices of houses, affordable houses to the Nigerians who constitute over 80% of the population, the low and medium income earners. Because an increase in the cost of building materials means more and more Nigerians can no longer afford to own houses and provide a decent shelter for themselves and their loved ones. For example, if we are planning to build a 2-bedroom apartment for about 8 million naira, it will now cost twice as much, to about 16 million naira. So if Nigerians could not afford to own a home of 8 million naira, it will now be impossible to do so. We are also aware of several persons who have to suspend the construction work because of this development.
The meeting had in attendance representatives from different cement and building materials manufacturers in Nigeria, as well as representatives from the Cement Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, CMAN. While giving his remarks, Dangiwa stated that the aim and purpose of the meeting is to engage with the manufacturers in order to fully understand the reasons for the constant increase in cement and other building materials, and also map out ways to address this crisis from snowballing and threatening the plans of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in actualizing the renewed hope agenda for housing and urban development.
We are not unaware of the macroeconomic challenges that our country is facing, such as volatility in the country's foreign exchange market, the naira, dollar rate, and the impact on business operations. However, we also know that most of the key building materials or components or raw materials of producing building materials, especially cement, are locally sourced. And considering that the recurring disproportionate increase in the price of cement, that's why it will be unacceptable and unreasonable. Key input of materials such as the limestone, the clay, the silica sand, and gypsum within our borders should not be dollar-rated. Most of these materials are found in Nigeria, in the soil wherever these factories are located. We are therefore here today as part of our efforts to look at these facts as they are, discuss the genuine challenges and analyze them and seek ways to address the persistent challenge of rising prices in construction industry and ensure delivery of affordable housing to Nigerians. As we work hard to deliver the renewed vision to provide decent and affordable housing to Nigerians, particularly the low and medium income earners, whom I said constitute up to 80% of the population, as well as vulnerable members of our society. So the burden of increasing exorbitant prices of building materials weighs heavily on our efforts.
Speaking at the meeting, the Group Chief Commercial Officer for Dangote Industries Limited, Rabiu Umar, spoke on the challenges facing the constant increase in prices of cement.
Most of the cement plants in Nigeria, my colleagues will also speak about their own, but it's a similar situation also, because I used to work for the fire, so I do know that all the manufacturers in Nigeria use gas to produce cement. That gas is indexed to the dollar, and there's an escalation in that. And the gas is at least almost half of the total cost of production. So if your 50% of your costs is indexed to the dollar, so if the dollar changes, of course, it means that your total expenditure also will change in that regard. That's number one. For us to mine the limestone, one needs to import mining equipment. And the mining equipment is a substantial part of the cost of production. Mining equipment, a dumper is over $1 million today. And you have to invest in a lot of those equipment, and you have to also invest in keeping them going. We have a power plant. In our case, we have over 600 megawatts of electricity that we generate. Most of these parts that you need to drive or to run this equipment are also sourced in USD. You have O&M contracts, operations and maintenance contracts, that are also indexed to the dollar. So if I may just complete the conversation about gas, for example, you have the issue of the quantity of gas. We are not getting enough gas to produce enough to put into the market. Number two, then you talk about the price of the gas, and then you talk about the quality of the gas, because they are all related. We have a capacity of over 30, almost 35 million tons of cement in Nigeria. We are not able to produce at those levels, because at the end of the day, the most important part of the challenge that we face today is the ability to produce more. Because if we are able to produce more, supply will outstrip demand, and of course, that more or less is what we will be able to say is the real ultimate solution. And of course, in an oversupplied market, forces of demand and supply will naturally, in a free market, drive down the prices of the product. So I would like to say that we are conscious of the issue, and we are also taking steps to see what we can do.
Also speaking, Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, Abdullahi Tijani Gwazo, called on the manufacturers to make some sacrifice in their operations, understanding that they have a corporate social responsibility to stand by Nigeria in difficult times.
So let me play with you. There are matters in progress, and a friend in need is a friend indeed. So we are in need. So we would like you to be a friend indeed. And secondly, you have to make a lot of sacrifice. Nigeria is for all of us, and we are out for employing so many people of our services, and we need your support. Even if you are going to get lost, this is the time for that. You don't have to be getting product all the time. At least sometimes you have to run as an officer to make only the sacrifices we require. Our president is out to support each and everybody who supported him through his renewed hope agenda. And he is trying to relaunch this national pledge. And in the pledge it says, I pledge Nigeria, my country, to be peaceful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, and to be hold our unity and uphold our honor and strength. So help me God. So you can key into that pledge, find someone feeling.
Dangiwa further directed the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Marcus Ogumbi, to get the committee working quickly and come up with recommendations based on the issues raised by manufacturers so that they can be taken to the Federal Executive Council.
I want us to give 2 people from this ministry, and then the Minister of Works, if they are given, the Minister of Industry, if they are given, and then each of the manufacturer has to give, plus the chairman of from the Manufacturers Association, they have to give at least 2 people. So as to sit down holistically and look at this.
In the meeting with the Group Chief Commercial Officer for Dangote Industries Limited, Rabiu Umar, Commercial Director for Lafarge Cement PLC, Benga Onimowo, and Secretary of the Cement Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, CMAN, James Salako, among other top officials of the represented cement companies.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.